Well, here's where it played well for me. Now, square off against me is a boxer, left side forward. In boxing, what we do a lot is we throw a lot of jabs. Jab downstairs and jab upstairs. And one of my favorite moves is a left hook. Simple left hook, however you want to throw it, left hook. What I noticed is if I could get my opponent's attention, make him think I was going to throw a jab, if I fired a couple of jabs at him, now he's watching my front hand. Then all of a sudden, instead of jab with the front hand, I would throw a jab with the rear hand. But don't turn the shoulder. Don't turn the shoulder when I throw it. Just stick the rear hand out. And I could incorporate some of the stuff that Bruce Lee showed me in full contact, rather. So watch. Make him think a couple of jabs are coming. Make him think a couple of jabs are coming. Got him looking at the front hand. Got him looking at the left hand. Then all of a sudden, I jab with the rear hand. Boom! But notice I didn't jab his head. What did I jab? I knocked his front hand down. I am now trapped in the front hand. Notice I'm opening him up for my favorite move. The left hook, straight in. Switch sides so you can see how it looks from the other side. I'm here. I'm setting him up, making him think a couple of jabs are coming. Got him looking at the front hand. Then all of a sudden, boom! Notice what I did. I trapped with the rear hand. Right in with the left hook, upstairs. And this is what I would do. I would take the material that Bruce Lee would show me in terms of the mechanics of the drill. Then I would take the principle, such as economy of motion, independent motion, and I would incorporate that in what I was already doing. Then I would take that spiritual philosophy that he had, that philosophical strategy that he always emphasized, which few schools emphasize today, and I would incorporate that. Then I was able to dig down and tap something which was more innately me. Like, I didn't necessarily like power side forward. Ron Spikes that way. He's my own sparring partner does that. Jeff Smith, one of the top world champions of all time. He learned to put his power side forward. He's left-handed. He fought left side forward. Bill Wallace is left-handed. He didn't fight with the right side forward. The greatest fighter of all time put his left side forward, become a world champion. So there are people like that. Jeff Smith, Bill Wallace, quite a number of them, who proved Bruce Lee's theories could be adapted in the real world, in the traditional world, and actually bring it across and actually make it work. Now to sort of wrap this up without a recapitulation, there are a number of things Bruce Lee showed me. What I'm showing you here probably took place in a matter of a month or two. If you work on the drills, you can learn them overnight. But so far as the application of this material, this is complicated stuff. One little forehand strike, a little side kick, a little leg obstruction. Go out in competition, try it with your sparring partner one time. It doesn't come easy. You have to work on it. That forehand strike, I worked on it an hour every day for 14 months before I had it down the way I'm demonstrating here tonight. There are a number of other things Bruce got into. Jeet Kune Do is far more complex, far more involved than what I have demonstrated on this brief tape. I just want to give you some insight and sort of point you in the right direction. As Bruce Lee used to say, as I'm pointing at the moon, do not take my finger to be the moon, whatever the heck that meant. So the same thing here. Don't think that what I'm showing you here on this tape, that this is Jeet Kune Do in a nutshell. It was just simply a direction that Bruce Lee, who I worked with personally, pointed me in, and how I took my old fighting stance and I took the movements of Wing Chun and Jeet Kune Do that he was working with me on, and was able to transcend some barriers and move myself up a couple of notches so far as proficiency and ability goes. And it really enhanced a multitude of aspects for me. It's in particular my overall self-esteem and my whole sense of well-being, which was able to transcend into having more confidence and more believability in myself. And I was able to take that believability, convert it into a real source of energy, and direct and channel that energy towards my opponents with real authority. And was able not only just to run my opponents over, but instead of just running them over, I buried them. It was that energy and that spirit that I got from Bruce that was able to help me do that. And there was a lot of other things we worked on, such as learning how the movement, different ways of moving, staying in motion at all times. A moving target is harder to hit than a stationary target. When you're in motion, it's easier to set your opponent up. It's hard for him to see you coming. But that gets very complicated when you're trying to convert it from a video format and put it into a written format. Now we can pick this up later on, and I hope you'll follow up with me later on when I can take you into some of the deeper modes that Bruce and I were able to venture into. Okay, so from the spirit of Jeet Kune Do, bless your heart, Bruce Lee. This is for you. Until next time, thank you for watching.